こんにちは。はじめまして。ビセンニョ・ホセリートと申します。上位と読んでください。フィリピンから来ました。よろしくお願いします。Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Kumusta po? Natuwa po ba kayo sa araw po natin lahat? O baka naman natawa o kaya nanood? Don't worry, because in today's video, I'm going to teach you about basic Japanese instruction expressions that you can use whenever you meet a Japanese person for the first time or whenever you get a chance to study with them or to work in a Japanese company, either in Japan or in the Philippines or in any other country, or in case you meet a Japanese person and just to make connections. So watch until the end of this video and you will learn how to introduce yourself to each other. Before we start, you might want to take down notes, so get your pens and your notebooks ready. Or you can just click the like, save, and subscribe buttons of my channel so you can go back to this video again and practice and of course for familiarization. Are you ready? Let's start. こんにちは。はじめまして。イセニョホテリトと申します。ジョーイと呼んでください。フィリピンから来ました。よろしくお願いします。こんにちは。In my introduction, I use this expression to mean hello. However, you can also use konnichiwa to mean good afternoon or good day. Depending on when you are doing your self-introduction, you can also use Ohayo gozaimasu to mean good morning or konbanwa if you're doing your self-introduction in the evening. For me, I chose konnichiwa because I wanted to be safe. But you can use it anytime. But make sure that you pronounce this word correctly. Konnichiwa should be five syllables in the Japanese language, as in konnichiwa, or four syllables in English or in Filipino language, as in konnichiwa. Again, konnichiwa, hajimemashite. Each Japanese expression doesn't have a direct or an exact translation in the English language. However, Japanese language course books use how do you do as an equivalent. Maybe because that's what we usually use when introducing ourselves in English. Hajimemashite, from the verb hajimeru, which means to begin or to start, or hajimete, which means first time. So basically, hajime mashite is an expression that you use when you meet a person for the first time. So hajime mashite is just like saying this is the start of working with you or a start of a better relationship with you or simply it's my first time meeting you. 2000 Jose Rito to 申します。 I am Joselito Vicente. So you can also say, Watashi no namae wa Vicente Joselito desu, or my name is Joselito Vicente, or Watashi wa Vicente Joselito desu. But I believe those expressions are usually used in academic setups. I'm not saying that these expressions are wrong because Japanese people can understand if you use them. It's just that the expression I use, I believe, is a more formal way of stating your name or introducing your name as compared to the two other expressions that I mentioned. Joey to yonde kudasai. Please call me Joey. You can also say nickname what? Joey desu, or my nickname is Joey. But again, what I use is, I believe, more formal, but you still can use the latter. In Japanese workplaces, they don't normally call their colleagues with their nicknames. But for me, since I am a guy Philippine or a foreigner working in Japan, and I believe that Japanese students and teachers have a hard time pronouncing my real name, I let them call me by my nickname. At school with the kids though, I sometimes hear them call their friends by their nicknames, and gumagaya na din ako minsan. So let's have a quick sidetrack on the Japanese nicknames in the latter part of this video. Philippine Karakimashita. I'm from the Philippines. Here, I mentioned about the country where I come from because I did my self-introduction in Japan. So you can also state the name of the city or town or province you're from, plus your country. For example, Filipino Ilocos Karakimashita. So I'm from Ilocos province in the Philippines. Or maybe Filipino Pasig Karakimashita. So I am from Pasig City, Philippines. If you're doing your self-introduction in the Philippines or in your own country, it's okay not to mention your country name because obviously if you're from the country, you can just state your city name or town or province, and definitely the person you're doing your self-introduction will understand you. So for example, Ilocos no Santa Karakimashita. I'm from the town of Santa in Ilocos Sur.
Start cam
Or
or mute. I-mute mo,
I'm from
i-ano mo
Makati.
rin yung cam.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Sensei, kung gusto mo,
Again,
ito
this
yung
is not
StreamYard. Ayan o,
correct
pipiliin mo lang
translation
nasa
or
baba.
exact translation of
Start
this
cam or
video
mute.
or
I-mute mo,
just like Hajime
i-ano
Mashite
mo
I
rin yung
mentioned
cam.
earlier, maybe Japanese language course books use this, these English expressions. Please do
Sensei,
not
kung
use
gusto mo, ito yung StreamYard. Ayan o,
because
pipiliin mo lang nasa baba.
that is how we
Start
usually
cam
do
or
our
mute.
self-introduction.
I-mute mo,
Literally,
i-ano mo rin yung
Yoroshiku
cam.
onegaishimasu means please be kind to me, or I'm counting on you, or please help me, to that effect. So let's review. Konnichiwa, hello, or good day, good afternoon. Hajimemashite, how do you do? Isenno Joselito to moshimasu. I am Joselito Iseno. Joey to yonde kudasai. Please call me Joey. Philippine Karakimashita. I'm from the Philippines. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Nice to meet you. Let's practice. Use your own name and your own address to complete the sentences. Are you ready? Konnichiwa. Hajimemashite. To moshimasu. To yonde kudasai. Karakimashita. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Now on your own, Great job! Now you're ready to introduce yourself in Japanese. So good luck in making friends with Japanese speakers. With this, I'm sure you might get the compliment Nihongo Jozu by any Japanese national. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to sidetrack to Japanese nicknames. Japanese nicknames can also be formed in several ways, just like the way Filipinos or Westerners make nicknames or create nicknames. So today, I'm focusing on three common ways of how Japanese people give nicknames. One way is combining their first name and their last name. So they don't combine the full first name and then the full surname. So for example, do you know Takuya Kimura? So he is nicknamed Kimu Taku, Kimura Takuya. I'm sure you know Jun Matsumoto. He is nicknamed Matsu Jun, Matsumoto Jun. Kaya siya, Matsu Jun. Another way of forming a Japanese nickname is cutting short the first name or the surname. Parang shortened version. For example, Hiroaki Matsuda can be nicknamed Hiro or Matsu. I know someone named Matsu. He is nicknamed Matsu. Sachiko can be nicknamed Sachi or Chico. Ayane or Ayano is called Aya. For family members and close friends, they use the shortened first name or surname and they add the suffix chan or kun. Take Shin-chan for example from the famous Japanese anime and Japanese manga. Shin-chan's real name is Shinnosuke, so he is called Shin-chan. Kotoha, an elementary school girl, is nicknamed Kotchan. My son, Shinuchi, is affectionately called Shinkun at his nursery school. So, Shinkun na din tawag namin minsan. And inagdag ko na din, so I used to teach beginner Japanese language and culture back in the Philippines. Yun, hello sa mga Nihongo students ko before. They called me the sensei or service sensei from my surname, Disenyo, and sensei, the honorific title for teachers. So, the sensei, so the sensei. Others are nicknamed based on a different reading of the kanji of their name or just a word to describe the personality of a person. For our question time, if you could have a Japanese nickname, what could it be and why? Share your answers in the comment section below. So that's it for today's episode. I'll see you again next time. Adios. Isang mapagpalang araw na naman po sa inyong lahat. Kumusta po? So for today's episode, I'm going to be talking about how to bring your dependents to Japan. So I'm going to be sharing how I was able to bring my family and my dependents to live while I worked as an assistant language teacher under the JET program. One of the benefits of me becoming an ALT or an assistant language teacher under the JET program is uh, me getting an instructor visa. That is because I teach at public elementary school, junior high school, senior high school, or special needs schools here in Japan. That makes me eligible to bring my dependents with me. For some ALP, the process of bringing their dependence here in Japan is different from the process that I underwent. For those who were able to signify their